Hi, I'm Monica. On-trail lunch is my favorite part of the day. We take time to have a hot meal, rest, and laugh. Join us every day on the Appalachian Trail as the water boils.
Today's day 89.
89?
89.
Wow.
You're in West Hartford. What's it called? Vermont. Do you have your phone with you? I need the question of the day. It's from Mark Stewart. If you open the thing, we'll have it. Georgie, here we are. We're at this. Is it on the barn? You see the AT symbol. Young chef is coming in a little late. He's a late riser today. We're sitting at a picnic table right here. While we wait for Monica to read the question, we'll go across here to the bridge. Look at it in the YouTube studio thing. I'm running over here, trying not to get run over by this guy. But we're above a bridge that you can jump off of. Were it a little warmer, I would love to do it. It's only about 40 feet or so. But might be a small risk of injury, but I don't think very high. It's only 40 feet. But it would be really bad to have to tell a story about twisting my knee on a final leg just because I wanted to jump off of a bridge. But it's beautiful down there. Plenty of landing spot, and a little swirly and foamy. That'd probably break up the fall a little bit. Pretty stuff. I'm gonna hit pause for you so you don't have to walk all the way back over there with me. In just a flash of a second, we'll be talking to everybody. And poof, here we are. Walking up, ready to get the question from Monica while the water boils. Open your YouTube studio.
Yeah, it won't connect because I have like 1.5 bars.
Oh. Wow.
In 5 minutes.
I'm going to paraphrase. The question is, what do you do when you encounter serious injury on trail or injury on trail? How do you take care of people? Do you wait? Do you stop? Do you pass on? That kind of thing. He's just got a question about injury on trail. I think it's prompted by Gwen's where she was talking about her shin splints and stuff. So what do you do with your group?
What do I do for my group or for myself?
Yeah, what's your strategy in that regard?
I think we generally tape damage and try to get them to soak things in cold water and try to give them a little rest.
I think it's more like if you encountered a severe injury, or what do you do with injury? Do you like if let's say Gwen's shin splints got bad? Yeah. What do you do if it's Gwen? Put her on a plane and send her home, right?
Give her lots of Advil.
And keep walking?
You can get the ice going and and see if she recovers. If she doesn't recover, then she probably has to get off the trail.
Okay, what if it was one of us? What would you do?
We probably have to take time off.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Rest, ice, compress, elevate. Which of those are you willing to do for people with injury? How about which one are you not willing to do?
Well, compress is easy.
Yeah. What's the worst injury you've had on trail?
My knees, probably. Wasn't even that bad.
Broken attitude?
No, her knees.
Or your knees.
My attitude has been amazing this whole time.
What's the worst injury you've had on trail?
The thing was, we thought it was a
I mean, it's my feet, but it's my whole body.
All right. Question today. It has to do with injury.
Okay.
What's the worst injury you've had on trail, and what's your strategy to do when you run into people? What happens when you run into injury? For example, if you had an injury
No,
you
it's
couldn't
somebody
go on, what
else.
do you think we would do?
You guys would take zeros, a few zeros for me.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
No, we wouldn't.
No.
Let me help you.
Well, actually, no. Vince would say, "Okay, dude, you're fine. Tough it up." And the rest of
Okay,
them.
but what if
the
you
ve-
broke your leg?
Oh,
Walk it off.
I would have tried. I would have taken a zero probably. Like if let's say we all took a zero, taking a zero, and then probably stay there another night while you guys hike on and catch up and toughen up. Buttercup.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a brave man.
Okay.
I didn't hear the question. What was
The
it?
question is, what's the worst injury you've encountered, and what do you think your crew would do if there
guys
were a
would ditch me,
debilitating
that's
injury
the funny thing.
or
I
serious
think
injury?
shin splints is the hardest thing I've done. And I think we would just say walk through it and drink water.
June, worst injury you've encountered?
My knees.
Your knees? What have you
Both
done?
knees hurting at the same time.
What have you done?
I've taped them and put a knee brace on.
A lot of rest.
And yeah, rested and just walked slower, been more careful about it.
Okay. Gwen, have you ever encountered any injuries on trail?
No injuries. I've
None.
been totally fine.
It's been amazing. What would we do you think, if you encountered some sort of debilitating injury?
Judging from my experience, you would just keep walking and I say it's not bad and try to fix it with some KT tape and act like the tape does something. Make me take a bunch of Advil.
Okay.
That's how it's been.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're fine to walk on. Aiden,
Great.
most debilitating, other than emotional, deep conversations with your dad.
I would say when I hurt my Achilles, that hurt pretty bad on the CDT.
Yeah?
That was a bad one.
Yeah.
But what was the next half of the question?
What do we do if somebody encounters a serious injury?
Oh, walk it off.
Okay.
Drink water.
Sweet. All right. Now, this is an intriguing day. We're meeting the Gap Year gang here. This is the Gap Year gang. All of them here. And they probably are going to be very professional at this question about injuries.
Yeah.
Worst trail injury, and what do you do as a group? Because you're not a family. What do you do as a group when you encounter injury?
Well, I had Lyme disease back in Front Rural, Virginia. I got some antibiotics, and then I took a half day off, and then I kept walking.
Excellent. And what's your name for the?
Oh, I'm Pinky or Robert.
Excellent. All right. Injuries.
My worst injury is probably just like tendonitis in the ankle, and I walked it off. I mean, we took 2 days off in Damascus, but it was well appreciated by everyone. I would say, if someone does get injured, we leave them in the dust.
Excellent. Speaking of, wait, and what's your name? I forgot to ask your name.
Decap or
Okay.
Alexi.
All right.
My worst injury?
Yeah.
Probably just the trench foot.
The trench foot?
Trench foot was, that hurt. Yeah, I mean, the doctor was like, don't wear your Crocs anymore. And I just elevated it, and we took 2 days off in Damascus, which helped, and then, yeah.
Excellent.
That was it.
And so you said that's the worst. You've had other injuries on trail?
I got strep throat. I don't think that counts though, right?
Oh, I think it should count, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they kept walking.
They left you in the dust.
It's
And got fresh ground.
Eat or
same
get-
day.
Oh, wow. You got fresh grounds or he got fresh ground?
Did you get fresh grounds that day? I forgot.
If he had kept walking, he
Good. All right. Speaking of a walking injury, we met young chef in the Smokies.
Yeah, right after my sprained ankle.
In the dust, I believe you were.
It was the second time I sprained my ankle. That one I was able to walk off pretty easy, and I just bought new shoes with better support. And then now I have some bad tendonitis, but it's only 500 miles to the finish, so you just gotta push through.
Limp to the line.
Yeah, limp to the line, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Heads to Water Boils Day 89. Just about to hand over. Wait, you want to say any special messages to your fans?
I love you guys.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in 21 days.
Nice.
21 days.
All right then.
Thanks for watching. For even more riveting content,